Okay, so today we are going over everything we've covered in this unit. So the first one, we've got trapezoid, and we want to find the perimeter and area of the trapezoid. So remember, perimeter, you're adding up all your sides. So 10 plus 15 plus 30 plus 12, and it's just the sides, it's solid black lines. And when we add that together, we get 67 inches. For area of a trapezoid, the formula for area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 times your height divided by 2. Our two bases are 15 and 30. Our height is 8. So we're going to do 15 plus 30 times our height of 8 divided by 2. Make sure that if you're using an Inspire calculator, you are putting in your parentheses. And when you divide, it looks like this does. And this gets us 180 inches squared. Our next shape is a rhombus. And we need to add up all the sides. Remember that a rhombus, all of the sides are congruent. So 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. And that gets us 80 centimeters. Then we need the formula for area of a rhombus. Remember, the formula for area of a rhombus is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So diagonal 1 is 12, diagonal 2 is 16. So 12 times 16 divided by 2. And that equals 96 centimeters squared. Next up, we have a rectangle. So we need to find the base and perimeter of the rectangle. Remember that the formula for area of a rectangle equals base times height. So we know our area, we know our height, and 5 3/4 as a decimal is 5.75. So we have our area, which is 126.5, equaling our base, which is what we're looking for, times our height of 5.75. And we're going to divide by 5.75 on both sides. And that gets us 22 for our base. And then we need to find our perimeter. So we're going to add 22 plus 5.75 plus 22 plus 5.75. And that gets us 55.5 centimeters. Both of these should have centimeters as their units. Okay, next shape, we have a triangle. And we know the area of our triangle is 192 and our height is 12. Remember, the formula for area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So we're going to fill in what we know. We know our area, so 192 equals, we're looking for our base, so we leave B there, times our height of 12 divided by 2. So I'm going to take and divide 12 by 2. So we've got 192 equaling B times 6. Divide by 6. And our base equals 32 centimeters. Next up, we want to find the area of circle P. So we know our diameter is 16. We need to find our radius, so we're going to divide 16 by 2, and that gets us 8. So formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi 8 squared, and 8 squared is 64. So we've got 64 pi centimeters squared for the area of circle P. Our next one, we're finding the area of the sector. So we're doing the same formula, but multiplying it by m over 360. So m over 360 times pi r squared, because we're finding the area. Hold on. No, we're not. We're finding the length of the sector. So this one's not asking for area. This is asking for length. So make sure you're reading. So instead of doing pi r squared, we are going to be doing 2 pi r. So it's still the measure of 360 over times 2 pi r, and our radius is 3. So 80 over 360 times 2 times pi times our radius of 3. Okay, and 80 divided by 360 is 2/9. And 2 times 3 is 6. So we have 2/9 pi times 6. And 2/9 times 6 reduces to 4/3. So we've got 4/3 pi inches. Next up, we want to find the circumference of circle P, in which the area is 196 pi centimeters. So remember, the formula for circumference is 2 pi r, but we have to deal with the formula for area first because we were given the area of the circle. And the formula for area is pi r squared. We're going to plug in our area. So we have 196 pi equaling pi r squared. Remember that the pi's cancel out. We're going to take the square root of both sides. And when we take the square root of 196, we get 14. And that's our radius. And then we can plug that in for our radius for our circumference. So 2 times pi times 14, and 2 times 14 is 28. So we've got 28 pi inches for our circumference. The next one, we want to find the area of circle A, in which the circumference is 36. Should say pi. We know our circumference, and our formula for circumference again is 2 pi r. So we've got 36 pi equaling 2 pi r. And we're going to divide by 2 pi. Pi's cancel out. And 36 divided by 2 is 18. So 18 is our radius. And then we need to plug that into our formula for area, which is pi r squared. So plugging that in, pi 18 squared, and 18 squared is 324. So we've got 324 pi. And then our last one, we want to find the area of the square is 576 square inches. And what is the perimeter of the square? So what's the formula for area of a square? It's our side length squared. And we know our area, so we're going to plug that in for our area. So 576 equals our side length squared. We're going to take the square root of both sides. And the square root of 576 is 24. So the side length of our square is 24 inches, but we need to find our perimeter. And remember that a square has 4 congruent sides, so we've got 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24. Which is 96 inches. So you'll notice that I wrote down my formula every time, made sure I knew what my dimensions were, radius or diameter or side lengths or base or height. I do recommend labeling everything and then making sure that you have your correct units. If it's perimeter, it's just your unit. If it's area, it's your unit squared.